life skill, I think, from business too. If you're into business, right? Business world, people, you don't want to embarrass yourself. Like you don't want to go on a very important business meeting and, put a divot in the ground or dent your driver or, pull your pants down because, you whiffed on the tee, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like there's nothing else going on. Like what are you gonna do? Sit at home, beat your dick, or are you gonna watch C forecast?
Shut up and sit down.
All right, Dean, I'm drafting you in here. So we've been playing golf since the quarantining, started up in March, right? So before you and I started to play semi-seriously, what did you do beforehand? How much have you played before that moment?
I spent like a year just going to the range, just stuffing some balls into the ground for a couple bucks a day. And I think like once or twice I would go with some people who also didn't know how to golf, and I would just smack some. There's like a par 3 course when I was living in Tucson, so that was you could just walk the whole course, and there was nobody there.
And they had
So
18 holes. All 18 holes were
I think so.
par three.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it was 18
Interesting.
holes, 9 or 18, but probably 18. Um, and then and every once in a while, I'd go to the range with somebody who knew what they were doing, and they would just dish out tons of advice because nothing I was doing was right.
I venture to guess that we're still not doing anything right, but
Yeah, you know,
all right.
tough sport.
So
Dude,
my Will, you said you suck at golf, but do you golf at all?
I have golfed. Yeah, the first time I ever golfed was at a friend's bachelor party in Hilton Head. You were there, right, Jason?
Oh yeah, that was actually
yeah,
I think my first full round of golf as well.
yeah,
Not even full. Did we play a full? I think we
yeah, we
played
did.
nine.
No, we
We
played
did.
9.
Yeah, I
Wait,
think we played nine each day.
Hilton
yeah,
Head's a
that sounds
nice
about
place
right.
I've heard for playing golf too. So
Oh, it was built up. It was like clearly a golf place.
It was gorgeous.
so
The
you play.
course is beautiful.
Yeah, they were, and that was like was that March or April, so it was like flowers and everything were coming out. Um, so, anyways, the first time, and before that, I had only like gone to the driving range like one time, maybe ever. And that was it. So, basically, long story short, the whole the whole day could be summed up by me teeing off on the first hole and just taking a chunk out of the grass, missing the ball completely, and a 12-year-old just started laughing at me. And that was
You mean Sug?
Oh
he was
man,
equally as bad as me. Sug is one of our
one of our
mutual
friends.
friends.
Yeah,
He's
that's really
he's
funny. So you just completely dove it straight into the ground, just taking
oh dude,
taking the ground
I
out.
missed the ball by like 3 or 4 inches and just took a chunk out of the ground. And it was one of those situations where there were a bunch of parties like waiting for me. I was like, this would be my first time golfing.
Yeah, so Dean, you can probably say how pissed you get at me because he's been scheduling a lot of these golf outings, and I never show up on time. So
Well, there's that, and then there's half of my swings. Brad decides to think of something to say just as I'm going to swing. Oh my god!
it's been
Yeah,
Keep your head down.
No, like what happened to our friend 3 days ago? I'm like, I'm fucking okay. I don't know. Exactly. Let me fucking think.
yeah, we're not that great. Although, hey, you dented your driver yesterday on Saturday, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, he's got a big old welt dent on the top of his driver. I don't even know how you did that. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, you should see my driver. I inherited it from Eckler, though. I will say I inherited it from Eckler, so it's super jacked up. It was jacked up before I got it. It was so dented that I don't think I could add another dent.
Oh
Like the
wow.
metal has just tensed up now. It's barely hollow inside. I don't even know what's wrong with this stupid club, but I need new clubs. This is like a
Oh
beginner
man,
set,
that's
so
great.
malleable. Oh,
You're swinging with like a crumpled up ball of aluminum.
So my first experience was a lot more drastic than your guys. This is me on a golf course in
oh
Florida
no.
several years back. Our good buddy Dave, who I went to actually Dave and I go way back. We go all the way back to I think church and preschool. But
You had church in preschool?
Well, like he went to my church, and I think he went to my preschool. I'm not really sure. I know we
Started out in church. Now your pants are around your ankles.
Yo, dude, I know, right? Just a wild fucking ride on this planet that we call Earth, right?
Catholic school boys, man.
Hey, I think I got great form though for somebody. I'm wearing Sperry's in this, right? Totally a great golf shoe, right? But I think I got perfect form here. So I didn't realize that the rule that they wanted to play by, and this was, I think it was specifically to just piss me off. But if you ever screwed up teeing off on the tee, you had to pull your pants down and do it again. And so, I think I lost at least 30 balls by like the 10th hole. I could not hit a driver straight to save my life. It would just always go into the pond. It'd go, hook hard right into the woods or whatever. So, and this was probably several beers deep, on hole number 3 or 4. So that was my first experience with golf. It was a very fun one. I also lost my phone too on the golf course.
Probably because you kept taking your pants off.
I guess. No. So I remember, I think we were like, let's say like halfway through the day. And I guess I had put my phone on top of the golf cart or somewhere on the cart, and we're driving around, and like 2 or 3 holes later, I had no idea where it was. I was like, shit, I lost my phone and I couldn't find it. And so we went out that night, and I had to fly home the following day, like later in the day. It was like, I think I had like a 3 or 4 o'clock flight on Sunday because we golfed Saturday morning, and then we went out Saturday night. So I wake up Sunday morning and I'm like, shit, what do I do? Do I go buy another phone? Do I just try to go find it again? And then I realized that on Google, and I guess Apple phones can do this too. You can GPS tag them. I was like, there's no way this phone is still alive if it's even there, but I'll try it. And sure enough, it like pinged a GPS signal back to me and was like, I'm over here, I'm right here. And then we saw it on Google Maps. And so it's Sunday morning at like 7:30. And Dave drives me all the way. It's like an hour from his place. So we drive all the way out to the golf course. And we're talking about it. I'm like, I don't think this phone's going to survive. I was like, I guarantee you because I was really nervous about they cut they're like Will, they love immaculate lawns. So, they got the gardeners and the guys out there that are weed whacking, and they got the guys on the mowers. And so I thought for sure this thing was going to get chewed up by like a mower of some kind, and I was just going to totally lose the phone. But then the other thing I thought of too, Florida, right? Florida's got gators. You guys remember what was it, Peter Pan with Captain Hook? Remember the gator with the clock? And then you hear
Is that a gator or a croc?
It doesn't matter. It's the same.
It does
thing.
Matter.
This matters.
It's a crocodile.
This changes the value of my shoes very much. All right, depending on which one it is.
All right. I don't know if it was an alligator. Let's say it's a crocodile, but it's the same. It's the same difference, right? So. But you know how the crocodile would walk around, it would like tick, right? Because he like swallowed a clock. So I'm thinking to myself, well, shit, what if like an alligator like ate my phone? And I was like, well, my phone's on vibrate. So it's like the gator gonna like walk around on like the grounds and like vibrate when I call my phone, right? But anyway, I end up getting there, and I'm like still hungover from Saturday night, and I'm out there with Dave's phone, and I'm like walking the golf course, like looking for my phone, like interrupting so many people's like golf games, and I ended up finding it. After like an hour. So that was very, very fortunate. But that was my first experience, golfing several years ago. And I never touched it really again until recently with Dean here.
COVID, baby.
Yeah. So the first time we went out locally here, Dean, you can describe the idiocy of what I decided to do, because again, I'm known for losing balls, and I didn't bring enough, and so I was trying to find more.
Right. Yeah, you had to go chase your ball. So you went off the path, a little muddy, got stuck. Had Robert come on over, press on the gas while you pushed the cart, and just got loaded with mud.
Yeah, that's me now covered in mud on hole. What was that, like 16 or something like that?
No.
Oh no, it was way earlier than that. We were half the day just caked in mud.
So I have to return that golf cart too, right? Like at the end of the day. So like I have to go back. Like we're on the back 9, and then on hole 18, you have to drive past the driving range, You had to go through the whole parking lot, past the front entrance to drop off the golf cart. And so like the cart's covered on the back, full of mud. I've got mud from like head to toe. It's like in my hair and shit too. And I got to drive past all these people on the driving range just looking at me, right? I got to drive through the parking lot, past the front office. I go to drop the cart off. The guy just starts laughing at me. Like he comes out to like greet me to like take the cart from me, and he just starts laughing. He's like, "Did you have fun?" I was like, "Yeah." So we're trying to get a little better at it, but
Dude,
we'll
I
see
feel
how
like
it goes.
I feel like golf is a sport to invest in because that's something you can play like when you get old and fat and you can't fucking move anymore. You can just
That was
play
my
golf.
reason.
It's a good life skill, I think, from business too. If you're into business, right? Business world, people, you don't want to embarrass yourself. Like you don't want to go on a very important business meeting and, put a divot in the ground or dent your driver or, pull your pants down because, you whiffed on the tee, right? So
That's actually very real. Like I've got an annual golf tournament that one of my customers has that I've really wanted to fly down to Atlanta and play in, but this past year was going to be like one of the first years I was going to be, trying to get in there, and these are like, these customers are good friends of mine as well. But yeah, I wanted to play in their golf tournament it's a charity golf tournament, but COVID, so
yeah,
I'm not traveling anywhere.
yeah.
Do you know what like kind of scores your friends are hitting at this tournament?
Oh, it's these are some lifelong golf players. Like I was going to embarrass myself for sure. But you get paired up, it's you get paired up. I would have chosen someone who's relatively good at golf for that tournament, and hopefully I would have just got to coast.
Would have been all right.
Now I probably would have also gotten hammered, but I'm not sure if that's like cool for the whole company retreat thing.
Yeah,
One way to
probably not.
Well, you never know. Sometimes they could get really boozy. Our interactions are generally pretty boozy, especially when you're doing sales. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
dinner is like part of the job. Taking clients out to dinner is a huge part of the job. If I don't, my boss will get mad at me. Which of course I always do. But if I'm feeling under the weather, even then sometimes it's like, dude, you got a stomach problem. Like that's not contagious. Get out there. So.
So
Knocking some doors, baby.
I've got the scores from Saturday. So it was me and Dean went out there. The course par was 72. Do you want to take a guess what we scored? What was our range of score?
144.
Double par. No, we were under double par. Like I said earlier, we skated ourselves underneath of double par. So,
Well, like 110.
You're being a little too generous there, buddy.
141.
One underneath. Nah, I would say so. Dean beat me as usual. He got a 120. I got a 127. So
damn.
we're my goal by the end of the year is to try to get underneath of 110. Try to be in the 100 to 110 range on a similar course. We'll see how that goes.